if I could show you an exercise, an incredibly simple activity that would reduce your mental stress, improve your coordination, and allow your body to function dynamically, unbelievably better, would you be willing to try it? Now there's a catch. It contains the word yoga. Now a lot of you wanted to almost hit the pause button or the stop button right there or the fast forward button in the next video, but just bear with me. Back in the 1970s, there's a thing called Brain Gym that came out. And through that, what happened was there's an exercise that's called SuperBrain Yoga. And what SuperBrain Yoga is, it's a way of getting your brain to communicate to your body with more ease and more adaptability. Well, why is that important? Well, if you've ever seen somebody walking down the street, unfortunately, and they look like this, you do two things. The first thing you think is, oh, that poor person. And you're right, that would be a terrible way to end up in life. The second thing is you automatically sit up a little bit straighter with your posture. Posture is the window to our health. And to maintain really good, healthy posture, we have got to keep our brain communicating to our body as efficiently and as effectively as possible. The chiropractic adjustments, of course, do that. But to help them maintain and even rebalance your spine and nervous system, we do a brain gym exercise called SuperBrain Yoga. And we're going to explain it and demonstrate in the next few minutes, but I would encourage you to do is this. Use this tool. It has saved me in so many ways. I've had countless clients, when they get stressed out, they just do SuperBrain Yoga. When they wake up in the morning, they do it to get their body function better, and it gets them open and feeling much better about the day. If they're going to go do an athletic event, they do it, and it allows their performance to be better. Or we've even had school teachers have their entire classrooms do this, and they've noticed a dramatic difference in the ability of the students to focus, have increased attention spans, and get better grades compared to the ones who weren't doing it in the classroom right across the hall. This is an amazing exercise that I implore you to do every single day. So check it out, and I can't wait to show it to you. All right, so Nick here is going to be showing us how to do SuperBrain Yoga. So the first concept that we're going to do is we're going to cross the arms, and we're going to put pressure, we're going to pinch on this little part of the ear called the tragus. This is, it's called the billy goat's beard, and it's where men unfortunately grow hair in life for some unbeknownst reason to me, and that you pinch that. It's also the neurological reflexology point in auriculotherapy into the adrenal gland. So by putting pressure in here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to causing a stimulatory response to calm the sympathetic nervous system, to calm that fight, flight, or freeze system. So you're going to pinch there, you put the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. What that does is that creates a circulatory system that goes in and out, calming down that vagus nerve, that component of the autonomic nervous system, fight, flight, or freeze. So you take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you blow all the way out, and you're going to squat all the way down. And you go down as low as you can possibly go. The purpose of this, and you can come all the way up, is by crossing the arms, your brain is crossing what's called the corpus callosum. Whenever we do an exercise that we're going this way or this way, it's called crossing the midline, and that's incredibly healthy for the brain. So next we have Nick cross his arms the other way, and the first time you do this, and you cross from this way to this way, it's one of the most awkward things you've ever done. So he's going to pinch on his ears, tip of the tongue, roof of the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and all the way down, and all the way back up. It's a very simple exercise. It's initially recommended that you do at least 3 each way. I'll be honest with you, what I try to do is one where I super hyper oxygenate. I extra breathe in, I cross, I go down, really slow, and then I slowly come up. The first phase of doing this exercise is just how Nick did. His feet straight ahead. One of the biggest mistakes that we see people make is they flare their feet. By doing that, you're going to put pressure in your low back on these sides here. What we want to do is keep those feet straight ahead and maybe even a degree or two in. What that does is it slows you down. It takes you out of your normal posture. And everything that we're doing to slow you down causes your brain to have to work better, longer. And that's our goal. So the next thing that you can do is you can do it on a balance disc. So we'll have Nick step up on that thing. And the first time you go to get on the balance disc, it looks a lot like that. Balance discs are wonderful because the more your brain has to work, the more your cerebellum has to work, which is the coordination center of your brain. So we're going to have Nick do it again. I'll kind of spot him on this one. And he takes a deep breath in, blow all the way out. And the first time you use the balance disc, it's pretty challenging. And then you would switch arms, you do it the other way. Now, every time that you're doing SuperBrain Yoga, your brain is working overtime. The more challenging you make it on yourself, the harder your brain has to work. Now, we have Nick close his eyes and do it. When you close your eyes, you shut off what's called the writing reflex. So, by closing his eyes, I will spot him a little bit because you can see his incredibly more shaking, and away he goes. Tell you what, guys, the first time you try to close your eyes and do this, it is not an easy exercise. So by doing this, nice and slow, and you can see how much harder his body is having to work. Well, when you're doing that, that's a good thing for developing new neural pathways. New neural pathways is a little concept called neuroplasticity. The longer you're challenging your nervous system, the longer you're going to live. True story. So one more time, he closes his eyes, he's doing it the other way. And you can see how hard his body's working, how his feet are working so dynamically, and away he goes. Good job. All right, so for those of you working your way up to it, the first way we do it is our feet flat on the ground. The second way we do it is on our tippy toes. And the more you can go on your tippy toes, the better you can. So if I'm doing it this way on my tippy toes, it's the same thing. It's all the way down and all the way back up. You switch sides, same, and then with your eyes closed as well. The harder you challenge your brain, the more your brain works. You want your brain to work. The more we get into patterns that are just reproduced over and over and over again, the less your brain works. That's why if you're driving to work, you should go a different way occasionally. You should keep continually pressing and trying to get your brain to do different things. Brush your teeth with the other hand, floss a different way, answer your phone a different way. Break the rhythms of your body creates neuroplasticity. Learning how to do this exercise. And other things you can do is you can challenge your brain. You can go all the way down and then you can say, turn to the left, turn to the right, right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee. Again, come on up. But don't tell your body what you're doing. And when we have kids do this, I kid you not, their grades go up, their attitude improves, they function so much better. I have whole families do this, I've had corporations do this, taught companies how to do this. They've gone from stressed out, not working well together, to high-fiving within a matter of a week by getting their brains to break the habits of where they were before. This is an amazing exercise. I highly recommend doing it on a daily basis. I do it in the shower every single day on my tiptoes. That's one of my secrets to health, is training hot and cold showers. So play around with it, be creative, have fun. It'll change your life and it'll absolutely change your brain. Cool. I don't need an outro.